So I got the cheapest stove on Amazon. Let's see how it works. Alright folks, welcome back. So that was kind of an odd intro. The cheapest stove on Amazon. I've been wanting to try this stove out for a while. And it is a traditional, solid fuel type stove. But it has a twist to it. It's also very, very lightweight. And it seems like in some situations, this would work out very, very well for people. Let me give you a quick look at it here. It does come with a bag. I thought that was kind of neat, little protective carrying bag. This is where it differs from the general, the gel tab and the fuel tab stoves. It's got this. This will allow you to actually put stuff on top and not play this little balancing act when you fold these ends up sideways. Most of the time when we've seen these, they're usually folded like that. And I'll give you an example for the cup we're going to use. You have to kind of balance them or they're going to fall in, and you have to worry about them tipping over. So I kind of like the fact that it has that little grate on it. Now another neat feature of that is it allows you to use it as a wood stove. So I can feed my stuff in here. It's got adequate back and side and underneath ventilation. So you get a good little wood fire, a twig stove sort of. You get a good little wood fire going in there. And if you run out of your gel tabs or your fuel tabs, who cares? You don't need your SBIT tabs. You can still build a fire. So it is a multi-use kind of stove. One of the cool things about it is it's so light. It is 4.7 ounces. All right. It is a bit larger than the other pocket stoves that I've had, but it comes with a storage bag. It keeps the soot from getting all over you if you're carrying it, if you do a wood fire. And while being a little bit heavier, it's also built like a tank. It's got very durable construction. This adds a nice touch, all right? So you can add fuel, you can do whatever you're going to do. Let's say your SBIT tab burns out. You can toss another one in there lit. So I like the fact that it has the lid here, and it's not open and you're not balancing stuff with these pushed in together. I really like that a whole lot. I believe these run $8.99. That's why I said the cheapest stove on Amazon. I'm sure someone will be like, there's one for $2, but this is the cheapest one I could find. And it kind of intrigued me. I like simple stuff. When things go really, really bad, simple stuff is best. You know how to use it. You've used it 1,000 times before. There's no mystery to it. You simply toss in a little tablet in there, light it up, and go. Now, what we're going to be using today are these little SOL fire cubes. Now, these are generally fire starters, but they also work very, very well as cubes for a little tablet stove or SBIT stove. And we're going to be putting this little Lixada titanium cup on top here. And we got about 2 cups of water in it, so we're going to see how long it takes to boil that, or if one tab will boil it. We're going to see how efficient this thing is. So, what I'm going to do is fire it up, get it ready, and we'll test it out. Alright, so I got that fire cube in there, and if you've noticed, I did put it on a little piece of ceramic tile here. Reason being is I'm not sure if this stuff's going to melt, and I don't want to ruin this wood down here. And I'm not sure if it's going to work. I've been dying to test these things out. I know they're great fire starters, but I've been dying to test them out as a fuel for an SBIT type stove. So this gives me a chance. If this doesn't work, I can always take one of these little zip fire cubes and use that too, or a different one inside. So first we're going to try it out. Okay, it's my first order of business. So it's lit. Seems to be burning very, very well. And we're going to put that on there. And I want to see how this reacts, because I see it already melting. So I don't think that's going to work very well, honestly. It also seems to be burning very, very, very quickly. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go inside and I'm going to get myself one of those little SBIT tablets, and we will try it with that instead. Because as you can see, that's the whole point. This was an experiment. I wanted to see if this would work. It is making a very nice fire, but it's leaking water leaking stuff out underneath everywhere. So I wouldn't consider that to be a very reliable tablet. So let me go inside, grab something else, and give it a shot. Alright, so we see obviously that didn't work very well. Part of the reason for doing this video is I wanted to see if these would work in an SBIT stove. And while they're amazing fire starters, as you saw, not too good in the stove. They just rip right out of the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to basics. Use this old trioxane tablet here. These are the larger ones. Try to open this over there. As you can see. There you go. These are the bigger ones. So we're going to light this one up and give this a try. And there we go. And I got a feeling that's going to work a whole lot better. Already the flame is blue and very concise. All right, let's drop this on here and straighten that up and start my phone. I kind of cheated there. Let me get that on. Okay, so we're starting. We'll add like 30 seconds to it. See how long it takes to boil 2 cups of water, or if it can boil, 2 cups of water with that larger trioxane stove. So we're about 1 minute, 40 seconds in, let's say. How's it looking? Starting to get bubbles on the bottom. Their bubbles starting to pop up a little bit. Let me pick you up to look in there. Nowhere near boiling yet, but it looks like that little the bigger tablet will definitely boil water. I've had trouble with the smaller ones. Even the Esbit tablets, that they won't burn long enough. Now, there are some out there that will do a very, very good job, but the larger one seems to be kicking butt and doing a good job. So if you like the coloration on this, it's obviously going to get discolored. But, you know, hey, it's a tool. It's an outdoor cooking stove, so of course it's going to get discolored. So, give it a few more minutes and see how it goes. All right, so we're at 4 minutes and 37 seconds, 38 seconds. And it is a rolling boil. Check that out. Very, very impressive, I gotta say. That works very, very well. And, you know, I'm sure it's nothing to do with the stove. The stove just burned the chemical. And I still have a ton left on that thing. So that's really impressive, not only for the test of the previous thing that didn't work, the previous fire starter cube there, the SOL. And again, in their defense, it's not made to use in these stoves. I just thought it'd be a neat test to see if it would work. After I had thought about it for a while, I'm like, let's just not use it for the video. And then I realized, well, let's see what happens. You know, hey, that's the whole point of doing this kind of stuff, especially with your own gear, is to experiment and see in an emergency. Put that back over there. Would it work? And obviously it wouldn't, but that works very, very well. So we got, I didn't stop it. Got under 5 minutes because it was about 450. We'll just say 5 minutes for 2 cups of water to boil with one of those tablets. They are the larger, if you see them, the larger trioxane military tablets. However, there are many quality stove tablets out on the market today. I just wanted to use a bigger one in this because it's a little bit of a longer stove. And you see right now, if I didn't have any more tablets and I'm like, ooh, that's getting low, I could start throwing wood in there and twigs and sticks, and I could use this as a little, use it as a little wood stove as well as the fuel. I could probably even fit a smaller alcohol stove in there, not sure, but I might be able to. I'm not sure about the distance, to the bottom of the pot. But as you saw, about 5 minutes, got a rolling boil on 2 cups of water, just using that. The stove seems to work pretty well. Aside from the mess it made on the tile underneath with that other stuff that I was using from the SOL cube, it seems to work pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with it. And for $9, if you're just getting started and you're thinking about, wow, I better have something in my car for an emergency cook kit, you definitely don't want to use this indoors or in your car because there is open flame. Now I'm using it here, but I have a door open, a fire extinguisher in my garage door, like 4 feet that way. So if there was a fire in here, it could be out in a matter of seconds. You don't want to use this indoors. But out for outside, shoot, yeah, I'd buy it. I'd stick it in my bug out bag. As a matter of fact, I may even put it in my car kit once I clean it up a little bit and get that stuff off the bottom. And have a little extra way to do it. Right now I have the gel in there, the little gel stove that is from Sterno. And that's a good kind of secondary component to it. It's super lightweight. The thing is like, what, 4.7 ounces? Really, really cool. So, just a little fun video for you today. It's something I've had on my desk, and I've had so many reviews that I had to do, with a certain amount of time and do it in time. This was just fun today. I just wanted to have fun, see if those old SOL cubes would work, and then see how fast this, with whatever I was using, would boil water. And I gotta say, I'm impressed with it. It's a neat little tiny stove. For $9, can't go wrong. Anyway, folks, I'll leave a link to it down below if you're interested in picking it up. They are fairly inexpensive. They are still fairly inexpensive. I bought this, 3 months ago now. I haven't even tried it yet. I wanted to save it for video. And I definitely think they're worth it. And I like the fact that you've got the lid on here so you're not playing that balancing act with the top of your stove like this, and this just kind of teetering back and forth. This has, a solid purchase to it. You got to be careful, but it has a pretty solid purchase to it, as opposed to putting it on something like that. So definitely cool little system. Anyway, folks, like I said, the link will be down below. Don't forget to check out all our other links. We have our freeze-dry wholesaler link down there. That will save you 15% if you just follow that link. No codes to enter, no nothing. That's my personal link to them. You will save 15% by using it. Below that are My Patriot Supply link, $250 off a 3-month kit this month. Big special month for you. So it's National Preparedness Month. Definitely time to get stocked up. If you have nothing, it's a good way to get started. Below that, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store, and below that is our Amazon affiliate store. Everything that is in my channel that I use, most common stuff, I will try to find a link and put it in the Amazon store so you can look it up. This is actually on Amazon, so that link will be down below. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for spending some time with me. Stay safe and stay prepared.